My people from everywhere, Crips, Bloods, and everybody all around the globe. What it do? Welcome back to the Zoe Show. I am the Gangbangers Life Coach for all y'all first time tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hitting that button to check me out. And if you haven't done so already, excuse my tongue because I do get it twisted sometimes. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. I really appreciate that, and that little notification button in the corner. That way you be up on every time I drop something new. So today I'm gonna tell y'all about some near-death experiences, shit that I done been through, which is why I'm so thankful. You know what I mean, and like just appreciate my blessings because I'm still here, and cats done hollered at me a whole bunch of times with them pistols and them gauges and them choppers. That's gang banging. That's gonna happen if you really out there in the field. You gonna get hollered at eventually. Somebody gonna get off on you because you living that life, and that comes with the territory. You're not finna be gang banging and thinking you're not gonna get shot at. You gonna get shot at a bunch of times, and you probably gonna get shot. Probably gonna get stabbed and some more shit, and gonna get jumped. It's gonna happen. So know what you're dealing with. Know what you want to be a part of before you get with it. Me, I got bullets in my back right now. I got stab wounds in my arm. What the fuck? Stab wounds on two arms. You know what I mean? It's just like, two times on one arm. Then one over here. So, you know, that's the consequences. That's the shit that I signed up for. And I accepted all that shit that came with it. And I ain't never snitched. I ain't never said shit. I just wrote it out. I was victim many times. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm gang banging. That's all I know. I don't say shit. I'm in the hospital. Who shot you? I don't know. That's it. That's gang banging. A lot of y'all don't have that in y'all. Y'all know it. You gonna tell them, oh, them niggas shot at us down the street. Them essays around the corner shot at us. You gonna do some shit like that. And you're not supposed to do that. Once again, y'all, hashtag protocol. That's part of protocol. That's what you don't do when you gang banging. You don't say shit. You just take it on the chin, regardless of the outcome. It's not fair, but everybody want to be part of it. Until shit hit the fan, then you want to complain it's not fair. So I'm letting you know right now, this shit ain't fair. It's funky and it ain't fair. It's gonna get real ugly, real active. So let me get right into this. This whole adrenaline thing that we got for this culture, right? This whole like I said, risk takers, adrenaline junkies. Gang members is adrenaline junkies also. We fucking thrill seekers, just like the cats who jumping off these rocks and shit. We the same way. We just doing it a different way. So, people wonder. I remember people asking, "Why you out there living like that? You don't got to be out there like that." Because my folks didn't live in the hood no more. We moved out my hood like in '83. We moved to Cerritos, but I was still back and forth to the hood. So by me still being back and forth in my hood, I had to be out there like that. But it's the addiction, the lure, the attraction. That's where I come from. So I was always back and forth, and to the point I just said fuck it, and just got on. Just been living in the hood in the motels all up and down Century and Prairie. All the motels around there, I just stayed in all the motherfuckers. We used to be deep as fuck around there back then, and we was in all the motherfucking motels back then. So I was living in motels probably like at 16, for sure 16, not 15. I ain't gonna lie, I said that 16 for sure. I was living in motels on Century, the airport motel in particular. So everybody who know that area from back in the 80s knew about the airport motel right across the street from Jack in the Box. It's still there. Yeah, we called that 4700 back then. That's because 4700 was the Crip module, and that module was where our homies went. They had a whole bunch of Crips over there, but my homies at that time was in there. When we was in there at that time, my homies wasn't in 48, they was in 47. So at that time, those 4700s was. So anyway, let me begin by this first near-death experience. I got so many of them, man. That's why y'all. Once again, I'm humble as fuck right now, and I respect everybody, but just like I'm cool. But one night I was walking down 102nd, me and my homie John Boy. I was 102nd and Prairie, so we was going like where the Church's Chicken was at. Now it's gone because that Flipper Stadium is over there now, so they didn't tow shit up all over there. But anyway, we was going down Prairie to Church's Chicken from 102nd. You know, at this time I was 16 around this time or so. This car pull up and somebody say something out the window. And I'm a young nigga, and I'm like, what, nigga? And nigga said, this Hoover. Nigga said, what that West Side Hoover like? And he dissed, then I dissed, and the nigga pulled out on me and just got off. Like, I'm like right there. And the nigga pulled out, like he dissed our hood, I dissed their hood, ever. And the homie ducked, and nigga came out and just got off on me, like knock, 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 right there on the 102nd and Prairie on the corner. I ran and hid behind this big ass power box right there. I hid behind a power box, but then they busted right and came my way, headed back towards Century. And he didn't get off again. He just was out the window hollering, dissing and shit. And I was like ducking. And I'm like, damn, that nigga didn't even hit me. That nigga, I was like, that was one of the moments I supposed to have been gone. You was too close to me right there, and I'm walking up on your car. I was like a dumbass young nigga. Risk taker. See? Adrenaline junkie for this gangbang shit. Wasn't even thinking. Fuck, nigga, I'm like, fuck you niggas. Nigga, whoa, 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 nigga, right, more. And nigga just knock, 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 knock. Whoa. The big homie snatched me up later, like, cuz nigga, what the fuck you doing? Nigga, you could have got killed. And I'm like, so never run. He's like, don't ever run up on no car like that again. Never walk up on no car. And I didn't have no burner on me. We just walking, just me and him walking. The homies was down the street in apartments down here. Me and him just took off and started walking to the chicken spot to get some chicken. You know what I'm saying? But he snatched me up and told me something. Ever since then, I ain't never done that shit again unless I was getting off. But it's just like, that's the lessons you learn while you going through this shit. Some of us don't get a chance to learn that shit, though. That could have been fatal. That could have been it for me at that moment. I don't know. Maybe I did get killed that night. Maybe I'm back. Maybe I'm back on a whole nother page, a whole nother person right now. Maybe I did die. I don't remember. Y'all ever think like that? I know some people who do think like that. But yeah, he got off on me, and I was like, what the fuck? And check this out. So, I didn't get hit. I didn't get hit, none of this shit. But there was a little hole in my pants. I had on some black Levi's. And the shit went straight through the side of my pants by my kneecap. Just went straight through and went through. I just seen a hole in my pants. I'm like, wow. My shit must have really been some big old baggy pants I had on, because that shit just went straight through the pants. Like, they could have got me in the legs. So that just goes to show me when he was busting on me, he was knock, 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 knock. He was aiming down. He wasn't trying to hit me up here nowhere. He was aiming at my legs and shit. He was just trying to get his name for whoever he was with. Say he came over here and busted on some niggas from Raymond. And, I'm sure that went back to his hood, and he got some stripes for that. That's how I go. But, that kind of shit happens all the time. And, gang banging, you got to be careful out there like that. Don't be walking up on no cars, regardless. And niggas come through dissing like that, you got to be ready to get off back, because it's like, nowadays, niggas ain't doing too much talking. Any niggas just spraying. And it's like, you got to really be on your swivel. At all times, we had to be like that back then. But, of course, I was one of the young homies that was out there, did a lot of foolish shit, was wild. You got to go through those ups and downs to learn some shit. Eventually, I did, but like I say, I've been out there in the field early at a young age. I was really gangbanging. I wasn't a dope dealing homie. I was straight gangbanging.